Welcome back to the Watch List. I'm Lindsay Melchek. NetraMark Holdings is a premier artificial intelligence company that is transforming clinical trials with AI-powered precision analytics in the pharmaceutical industry. Now, they have announced a global agreement with Worldwide Clinical Trials, which is a full-service global contract research organization. This strategic partnership introduces a new service offering for Worldwide's customers, powered by NetraMark's proprietary Netra AI. That's a platform purpose-built to drive intelligent, patient-centric clinical trial optimization. Now, here with us today is George Achilleos, CEO of NetraMark, to give us the 411 on all of this. Welcome back, George. It's so lovely to see you again.
It's always great to be on here with you, Lindsay. Thanks for inviting me back.
Absolutely, anytime. So, this is some really exciting news developments for your company. Why don't we start with just a quick overview of NetraMark?
Yeah, I always like to start with a little bit of an overview in case your viewers aren't familiar with who the heck is this NetraMark company and what are they all about. So NetraMark is an AI company pointed at the pharmaceutical industry and the specific problem of clinical trials fail at an exorbitantly high rate. From inception of medicine through to commercializations, about an 88% failure rate. And when you're talking later phases of a clinical trial, phase 2 and phase 3, the failure rates of a molecule or a clinical trial that passes in phase 2 is in around 50 to 65% in phase 3. So this is a crazy problem. And what NetraMark has been focused on for many years now is how can we potentially figure out what's causing the issues in phase 3 and all these failures, and really understanding if there are subpopulations of patients that are causing either non-drug response or drug response, adverse events, placebo issues, etc. And often what we find is there's a subpopulation that's causing an issue. And if you can make some changes to how you run your phase 3 trial and who you include and exclude, and you outline this in the protocol, we can increase clinical trial success rates. And that's really what NetraMark does. And in a one line, we basically say, we optimize response prediction. That's our mantra, Lindsay.
That is amazing, and so innovative as well. Let's unpack your press release now that I mentioned earlier. Now, NetraMark, you announced a global agreement with Worldwide Clinical Trials. I mean, they're a major global contract research organization. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so one of the challenges with any company in the technology space that's trying to roll out something new and innovative into the pharmaceutical industry is it's not an easy task. As you can imagine, there's a regulator hovering over top. This industry is very set in its ways. So there's a couple ways that we can commercialize our technology. One, which is what we're doing, is we're going direct to the pharmaceutical companies to tell them how great our software is and what our AI can do to help improve the likely outcome of a positive clinical trial. That's one path. One of the other paths that substantially accelerates all of this is to partner up with key players within the channels that are functioning out in the pharmaceutical industry. And about 75% or so of clinical trials are often run not by the pharmaceutical company, but what's called a contract research organization. They go to these organizations that help run that. Worldwide Clinical Trials is one of the largest contract research organizations in the world. They work in over 60 countries globally. They have over 3,500 employees. And so they've been operating for almost 30 years. This is a prolific contract research organization. And I'm very honored to announce this agreement, which basically says, you can see in the agreement at the beginning, we're going to be involved in all of their phase 2 trials in the neuroscience and oncology space. And then from there, we're going to be making this also available to all sponsors or what we call sponsors or pharmaceutical industries within the worldwide clinical trials ecosystem. So this is a massive opportunity for us moving forward. They're going to embed our technology into their process. They're actually going to name it something powered by NetraMark. And they will have this new offering that they will immediately be going out to all of their clients with and embed our technology into all of their bids, proposals, offerings, etc. So this is really exciting for us. This will accelerate the number of trials that we're participating in, tenfold. We've announced 4 contracts so far. It's a 3-year agreement with them. So we're really excited about that. And I'm very proud to be working with not only a global CRO, but one with the reputation of worldwide. It's quite an honor for NetraMark. And as I've explained here, it greatly accelerates and expands our footprint and the number of companies now that we'll be working with to analyze their data and help them optimize their subsequent phase.
What a partnership. My goodness. What does that actually mean for NetraMark moving forward as a company then?
So when you're evaluating and looking at companies, you often want to understand, well, what's the future look like? Is there some kind of contract backlog, et cetera? This essentially what it does is puts a baseline in from the perspective of a maintenance or a known number moving forward with respect to how many contracts is NetraMark going to have moving forward. So for the next 3 years, this really puts in a footprint where we know will be in, eventually most or all of their clinical trials. And so we'll be starting in around the 40 contracts this will be associated with, because there'll probably be about that many clients where this will be part of that phase 2 process in those areas that are therapeutic areas of neuroscience and oncology, and we'll be expanding out. This is really allows us to build what I would call a very substantial contract backlog over the next 12, 24, 36 months, which I think is going to be um, a huge way for investors to now look at NetraMark and understand, how solid is the future, who are they partnered with, who's doing the due diligence on this technology to put their name on it, and Worldwide obviously has put their stamp of approval on the NetraMark technology to the point where they're integrating it fully into their process. So really excited about what this means for the company moving forward.
I mean, well, a huge congratulations to you all. This is a catalyst move for a great year and beyond ahead for you guys. So please do come back and give us more updates on this soon.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your time again, Lindsay. I look forward to speaking with you in the near future.
Again, that was George Achilleos, CEO of NetraMark. Their website is netramark.com to learn more about them. And be sure to bookmark stockhouse.com for all of your market news. I'm Lindsay Melchek from Stockhouse Publishing. We'll see you next time.